What's up everyone, MeetJP2 here, and in today's video we have a strategy that I find really funny. It's also very evil, which is the strategy like when you debuff your opponent's attack and switch out into a tank. It's something I've kind of wanted to showcase for a while now, but never really had the Pokemon that were good for it. And then I built an Ultra League shift tree for something that I never actually made a video from. But I realized this thing learns Leaf Tornado. And Leaf Tornado, it's a pretty cheap move, 40 energy, and it has a 50% chance to drop the opponent's attack by 2 stages, which is very good. And as a result, I figured that I might as well just try this strategy just because how fun it is. So I'll debuff their attack with shift tree if they switch out, and then I'll immediately pivot into Blissey when they're still debuffed. And then they're stuck there for like 40 seconds, unable to do basically any damage to Blissey. It's a lot of fun. Let's get to the battles. So into the first battle, and we lead shift tree into Greninja. Very good lead, as we're just going to resist everything they have unless they're on Aerial Ace, but I severely doubt that they will be. And it is just a Night Slash. I'll throw one more Snarl and then I'll go for the Leaf Tornado. Leaf Tornado does get shielded, and the opponent then switches out into Walrein. Now I'm going right for another Leaf Tornado. This will do some okay damage, and we do get the debuff. So I'm going to immediately pivot into Blissey. And look at this. They go for an Earthquake, and it does nothing. Like, not even a quarter of Blissey's health. Like, I know Earthquake got nerfed a bit ago, but still. And now I'm just going to farm up to a bunch of energy, and the opponent sends in Talonflame. I should be going for Hyper Beam here. It gets same type attack bonus, so it's just a lot more efficient. But I didn't. Opponent Brave Birds me, and now, hoping that with the triple debuff to their defense, a Foul Play will take him out. So I'm going to go for that. It doesn't take him out, but one more Snarl does, thankfully. The opponent sends back out Greninja, and I will be going for a Last Resort. Now, if I make it to another one, it will probably take him out, but they're going to go for a Hydro Cannon. I do think it takes me out here. It does. I'm going to send out Shift Tree. They're going to go for a move here. I don't want to get too low, so I'm going to shield. I know their Walrein has a move, and I'm about to get sniped, but that's alright. I'll just give up both shields. And now, I'll go for Leaf Tornado. Leaf Tornado will get a shield, and now I'm going to catch the Icicle Spear. Now look at this. Icicle Spear, no damage. And now, I'm just going to go for as much energy as I can, so that when they send out Greninja, I hopefully have a Hyper Beam. Now, obviously, they switch out before, because I'm unlucky, but Blissey, absolute tank, it hangs on. And now, I'm going to go for a Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam does a lot of damage, and yeah, my Blissey's at like 2% HP, but they still can't farm me down before they get farmed down themselves. They have to go for an Icicle Spear. We get the farm down, and you can see the timer pop up there. That was a really long game. I had to speed it up a bit more than usual. Next battle, we see a Victreebel in the lead, and I'm going to go for a Leaf Tornado right off the bat. Opponent shields it, and then they get debuffed as well, which is great. Now they're going to go for a move here. I was like, if it's a Sludge Bomb, fine. But they go for a Leaf Blade Bait. At this point, I'm like, alright. So I'm going to go for a Foul Play. And then I decide, you know what, I think I'll shield here. And they actually do Sludge Bomb me. So now, they do make it to a move, which is unfortunate. I thought that Snarl would take him out, but it doesn't. And then they send out Skeledirge. Stupid decision by me to just immediately throw the Leaf Tornado. But we get the debuff, and then I just pivot into Umbreon. I want that Leaf Tornado for later. I was thinking it would probably be useful. They Blast Burn me. That does no damage. And I'm going to go for Foul Play. Opponent shields it, and then they send out Feraligatr. Now, if I make it to 2 Foul Plays, I'm pretty sure I'll burn the Switch Clock, where I can just switch out and snipe them. Opponent's over-farming a lot, and so I'm just going to go for Foul Play. And Shift Tree wins CMP. So, Feraligatr, even if I hadn't, like, even if I lost CMP, that's still a catch. But now I'll just send out Blissey. Skeledirge, I think 2 Blast Burns still don't KO, but they'll go for a Shadow Ball. Not sure why when they already have Blast Burn. It's a questionable play. Blast Burn's so much better. I'm pretty sure it's even better than Shadow Ball when both are neutral, but Shadow Ball is double resisted. Now I'll go for the Psychic here. Psychic does some damage, and now I'm just going to catch the Blast Burn onto Umbreon. Absolutely no reason for this. I think it actually opens up the lose con of them making it to another move, but thankfully Umbreon is going to make it to a Foul Play, which will take out the Skeledirge, and we do take that game. Into the next battle, and we lead Shift Tree into Annihilape. You may notice that this team is triple weak to fighting, so basically seeing a fighting type is just game over on the spot usually. But I'm going to go for a Leaf Tornado. Opponent shields it, and then I'm going to send out Blissey. Yeah, Blissey's weak to fighting, but they're double debuffed. They can buff themselves back up, and you can see that Rage Fist did nothing. I think Counter is going to do more than that. And now Blissey should make it to a Psychic eventually, and Rage Fist is not a threatening move. I don't think they had enough for a close combat there, so I'm not worried. Now their attack is at +1, which could be bad, but I'm going to go for a Psychic. I will barely farm them down before they make it to another move, which is great, and now we'll see what they do. Opponent sends out Zygarde. Zygarde's interesting. I should be able to make it to a Hyper Beam here if they just go for a Crunch, because they're not going to be able to farm me down after it, even with the defense debuff. But now Hyper Beam, it's Blissey, but Hyper Beam is still going to do some okay damage. Now I'm going to send out Umbreon. Umbreon can tank basically whatever they throw here. Hopefully they don't get a debuff on the first. They don't, which is great. Now I'm going to lose CMP. It's perfectly fine, but Crunch, not going to do anything. And now I'm just going to go for Foul Play. I think I need another Foul Play plus some Snarls to take him out, because this won't do enough based on the previous one, but they should be in Snarl range soon. Now Shiftry, I was about to get the farm down there, but then they send out a Feraligatr, and now I'm just going to be able to make it to another Leaf Tornado. They're going to be heavily debuffed, even if this one doesn't get the debuff, and now they have to go for a move here to take me out. The win con is just shielding Shiftry and going for a Leaf Tornado. I would have loved to see a double debuffed Hydro Cannon into Umbreon, but the safer condition is to just shield it and go for the Leaf Tornado. So that's what I do. They're going to crunch me, but Umbreon just farms them down. We do take that game. We see a Venusaur lead in the next battle. Not ideal because Leaf Tornado is not going to do much, but the opponent then sends out Nidoqueen. Now, hopefully I can get a shield because Leaf Blade is a powerful move and some people will think that's what it is, but unfortunately I do not. I'm going to send out Blissey. Not ideal because they can debuff my defense, but their attack is double debuff. They're not going to be able to do much no matter what. They Poison Fang me again. They're still, I don't think, even through 75% of my health. Like, they're probably just about right now. But so then they send back out Venusaur. Psychic, going to do some damage. It's Blissey, it's not going to do much. And now I'm just going to catch the Frenzy Play onto Shiftry. This will not take me out. It'll come pretty close, but it won't. And I don't think I'm in farm down range yet, so I'm going to be able to go for a Foul Play. Foul Play doesn't take him out, and now, if they want to farm me down, they're going to have to go for a move, actually. They can't farm me down. I'm going to shield, though, so I can get a debuff off on whatever they send back in. It is the Nidoqueen. They're going to shield the Leaf Tornado, and I'm just going to send Blissey right back out. No Leaf Tornado debuff, unfortunately, but they're not going to be able to do much damage anyway. Now, they're going to go for a move here. This is an Earth Power. When I was battling, I lost count, and that was kind of a mistake on my end, but that was an Earth Power. Now, I'm going to go for Psychic, just fishing for a debuff because that would be pretty cool. It's only a 10% chance. I was not surprised to not get it. Now, they're going to send in Gliscor. Gliscor needs multiple Earthquakes to take me out. So, I'm going to go for several Foul Plays. Foul Play number 1 does some okay damage. Foul Play number 2 will get a shield, actually. Opponent sends out Nidoqueen, probably trying to get a Poison Fang or something. I am going to no-shield here because a move from the Gliscor is going to be more threatening. Now, I'm going to go for Foul Play, and I have another Foul Play. The opponent, they win CMP here. I'm not playing stupid and no shielding just because I think it's a Night Slash, because what if it is an Earthquake? I just shield. Now Foul Play will take him out. Opponent appears to have conceded the match, but we take him out. We lead Shiftry into Ampharos in the next battle. This is a very good lead because Shiftry is a pretty big wall to Ampharos usually, unless they're on Focus Blast, but that takes a lot of energy. They Trailblaze me, but I'm going to go for Leaf Tornado. Hopefully, this will get their attack right back down 2 stages, and it does, which is nice. Now, I probably should have just thrown instantly and fished for another debuff, but I don't. That's fine. I'll go for another Leaf Tornado. This one, I think, will take him out. Actually, no, it won't. It will come pretty close, but I still need another one. Now, Leaf Tornado takes him out, and they send out their own Shiftry. I'll be honest, I really wasn't expecting this. I'm going to Leaf Tornado them. I get the debuff, and now it's not ideal because their Leaf Blade is not going to take me out, and it gives them an extra Bullet Seed, and they're probably just going to switch out now. Now, they're going to farm up a bit, and they're going to go for a move here, so let's see what they throw. They throw a Hurricane. That does abysmal damage, and now I'm going to be able to go for Last Resort. Last Resort does some alright damage, and now the opponent is going to send out Swampert. Now, I want to go for a Foul Play just to soften up the Swampert a bit, and I'm going to send out Blissey. Just because Blissey, Zen Headbutt's going to do more into Swampert than it will into Shiftry. And they're going to Earthquake me. Their attack isn't debuffed, but Blissey's just so tanky that does nothing anyways. So now they're going to Hydro Cannon me. Hydro Cannon's not going to do too much. I am just saving shields for Umbreon. Umbreon's got significantly better pacing, which is what I need. They even no-shield the Psychic, and now they're going to send out Shiftry. They still probably wouldn't KO me with a Hurricane, but a Leaf Blade probably won't. Now, still, this might not, and yeah, it doesn't. Now, I'm going to send out Umbreon. I'm going to lose CMP, which is to be expected, but I will be able to make it to 2 Foul Plays here. They're going to have to double shield if they want to keep their Shiftry alive. They do that. I probably should have farmed up some more Snarls, but I don't. Now, they're going to go for a move here. I'm going to shield because I do need to preserve HP. They're going to send out Swampert soon. Actually, no, they don't. But now I'm going to be able to go for Foul Play. Foul Play will take out the Shiftry. And now, this match comes down to timer. I shield, I'll win, I have more Pokemon. So, Hydro Cannon doesn't do any damage. Well, it does 1 damage because I shielded it. But we win off timer. Less than ideal lead in the next battle. Like, I get most Drapions are on Crunch and Aqua Tail, so it's not going to do much damage to me. So Crunch does not do too much damage, but I'm still going to pivot out into Blissey. This is pretty bad. Drapion can cause massive problems for my team, especially when they get a defense debuff right off the bat. Now they're going to send out Poliwrath. Poliwrath counter is going to hit for super effective, probably like a couple more damage points just because of the debuff, which is really unfortunate. I'm going to go for Psychic. Psychic doesn't do much because I'm debuffed and it's Blissey. But they're going to go for a move here. They probably didn't need to go for a move, but they do anyways. Fine by me, they waste energy. And now they're going to send out Shiftry. Shiftry is going to go for a Leaf Tornado, and I'm not even going to try and farm them down. It's Snarl into a fighting type. It's just not worth it. Leaf Tornado doesn't do... Well, it does take them out, which isn't good enough. And then they have Drapion again, and... So I'm going to send out Umbreon. They're going to Crunch. No debuff this time, thankfully. I was actually going to be so mad if they got 2 debuffs on the first on both of my tanks, but that's fine. Now they're going to go for a move here. Let's see what they do. They go for an Aqua Tail. And now I wonder what they have in the back. Like, why are they staying in here? So now I'm going to let the Aqua Tail go, and now I'm going to go for a Last Resort. If they shield this, then they're definitely weak in the back, and they actually don't, which is kind of confusing. Now I'm going to go for a Foul Play. I just have to hope whatever they have in the back isn't Fast Move Pressure. And it's a Skeledirge. Skeledirge is not ideal here. It's better than a Charmer, obviously, but they have Torch Song. They'll just be able to buff up their attack, and I just run out of HP here. Like, I can shield this, but I can't shield Incinerates. Oh, it's a Disarming Voice. That's kind of interesting. I was thinking most were on Torch Song nowadays, but it's fine. I'll be able to go for a Foul Play. Foul Play will get their shield, and unfortunately, Shiftry is just too low. We lose that battle. Pretty abysmal lead in the next battle as well, as we lead Shiftry into Alolan Sandslash. I will catch the Ice Punch onto Umbreon. I know I'm kind of switching in my harder counter here, which is a stupid idea, and the opponent sends out Goodra. Now, Goodra is not ideal either. Foul Play doesn't do too much because Goodra is pretty bulky, and now I'm going to just let this move go. They Draco Meteor me, which is kind of interesting. Does a lot of damage, but Umbreon, it's a beast, it hangs on. I'll be able to make it 2 Foul Plays as well. So now, Foul Play number 2 is going to get them pretty low. I'm going to send out Shiftry. Actually, no, I sent out Blissey here. Now, the opponent is farming up here. I want to see him throw a move, but they decide that they're just going to send out Sandslash. Because now, they just have a Draco Meteor in the back, which is not ideal. Now, the opponent throws an alignment, very good for me. I had switched in, though, so it can be hard to tell sometimes. Now I'm going to Foul Play them. Foul Play, since it changed, it does less damage, but it costs less. I think it's overall a buff, but I'm going to need multiple moves to take them out. Now, I'm going to go for the Leaf Tornado. Leaf Tornado and Foul Play are the same energy now, so it doesn't really do anything in terms of energy savings. And then the opponent snipes me with Goodra. Not ideal. They Draco Meteor me, and I do get some farm on Blissey, but they have to have like something bad in the back, and they actually have a Gengar. Like, that's the only Pokemon in the game that I think I win against. Because this thing should be fully walled. If they're on Sludge Bomb or Focus Blast, I'm pretty sure I still lose. But then they Shadow Ball me, and all of a sudden I think this game's actually won. Which is just insane. So they're going to go for another Shadow Ball. It just doesn't do enough. And now they don't even make it to another one. I farm down. And Sandslash, it's low enough where I'm pretty sure a Hyper Beam takes him out. Like, I had no expectation of winning that game, especially after Shiftry got sniped. But we do. In the next battle, we lead Shiftry into Feraligatr. Extremely good lead. Most opponents, like, they have Ice Beam. It's not that... Actually, no, it's not that good of a lead because of Ice Beam, but that's alright. Now I'm going to shield, they Ice Beam me, and now I'm going to go for a Leaf Tornado. I'll make it to another one before they make it to another Ice Beam. And so Leaf Tornado doesn't get the debuff because, of course, but now I'll be able to go for another Leaf Tornado. This one will take him out, so they do end up shielding it. And so now they actually send out Sandslash. Kind of an interesting decision in my opinion. And so they're going to Flame Charge. And now I'm just going to throw on Perfect Timing, go for a Foul Play. Foul Play will hit for some okay damage. And the opponent decides to shield here. Now I am actually going to no shield here. Flame Charge will not take me out, but a Foul Play should take them out. If it doesn't, it should get them into like one Snarl range. We do take them out with that final Snarl, and now we'll see what they bring in. This mess, they send back out Feraligatr, and now I'm going to just pivot out into Shifter immediately. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to send the Shiftry, going to go for a Leaf Tornado. Leaf Tornado gets the debuff first try, which is great. Does not get the debuff second try, but that doesn't matter anymore. One debuff's enough. But so, going to go for another one. There's another debuff, and now whatever move they have will do nothing. They Earthquake me, doesn't even take me out. Now I send out Blissey. Look at the Dragon Tails, they're doing literally nothing. They're going to send out Feraligatr to reset the debuffs. It's kind of disappointing, I wanted Zygarde to suffer a bit more, but it's alright. Now they're no longer debuff, but it's still a Zygarde, they're doing like no damage. I'll make it to a Hyper Beam. We've seen Hyper Beam on a Zygarde before, this will take him out. So Hyper Beam takes out Zygarde, we do take that game. Very good lead in the next battle, Shiftry and a Gengar. Opponent immediately sends out Skeleturge. Typically, when they safe switch like that, I'll send a Leaf Tornado their way before to hopefully debuff them. But since it's a Skeleturge and I don't want to take Incinerate damage, I just send out Umbreon immediately. They're probably going to fight really hard for Switch here, which is fine by me. I'm going to go for a Foul Play, and so they're going to shield it. Now, if they go for a Torch Song, it won't take me out. But they will be able to try and grab switch advantage from me. And they can if they want, but so I'm just going to send out Shiftry instead. Now, that's a pretty big mistake overall, but it's alright. I'm going to go for the full farm down, sacrifice literally all of my HP. But I do get the farm down. Now, they send out Feraligatr, and then the game lags. You guys saw that, right? Like, they catch the Leaf Tornado onto Gengar. Like, that should have... Like, I would have known if the game had worked as intended. I would have known they sent out Gengar, and I would have hit them with a Foul Play. Of course, game does not work as intended, because Niantic. But we're just going to catch on to Umbreon, just for some disrespect. Sludge Bomb will take me out. But now, I'll just be able to fully farm down. Feraligatr can't really do anything. I'll make it to a Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam will not take out Feraligatr from this range, but they're low enough where it doesn't matter. One Zen Headbutt takes him out, and we do take that game. We see a Greninja lead in the next battle. Pretty good lead. Opponent stays in once again. The opponent tries to make a catch on a Venusaur as well. And I'm just going to go for a Leaf Tornado. Opponent no-shields it, but we get the debuff, which is what matters. And now they have 0 damage output. So they're going to go for a Frenzy Plant. They could go for, I think, 3 more. And Blissey still is not threatened. So let's see, they go for another one. Yep, still not even in the yellow. Now they're going to go for a 3rd Frenzy Plant. This energy is not doing too much. They're going to send out Greninja. I don't really care. They can't take me out with a move. Unless they Hydro Pump, which they obviously don't. And now, I'm going to just send out Shiftry again. They can go for a move here. Hydro Cannon does some alright damage. And now, I do lose CMP. I didn't really take that into account. Kind of stupid by me, but whatever. I'm going to go for the Leaf Tornado. If I get the debuff here, I think I make it to another move. No debuff, but the opponent sends out the Venusaur again, and so I do get another move. It's alright by me. Leaf Tornado does some more damage, gets another debuff, and now I just send out Umbreon. So this poor Venusaur, they've thrown 4 Frenzy Plants, and none of them have done anything, really. Like, sure, they've added up, but each of those Frenzy Plants has done virtually no damage. Now, opponent sends back out Greninja. I'm just going to last resort them. I'll make it to another move, and I'm just going to go for the Foul Play. Pretty sure that this will just get the shield. And then Shiftry has a move, but I think Shiftry has a move. But Blissey also has a move. I'm going to snipe him with the Beam. And in the back, they have Skeleturge. Now, I have 2 shields. There's just nothing they can do here. So, Umbreon, going to come back out. I'm going to go for a Foul Play. Foul Play will deal some alright damage. And now, I'm going to just commit both shields. Why not? They're going to go for a move here. It's going to be a Torch Song. And then I wait and catch the move. There was absolutely no point in doing that, but I did it anyways. And now, I'm going to go for a Foul Play. Foul Play will take them out from this range, and we are able to take that game. Overall, this strategy is quite a lot of fun. it's got to be really frustrating for opponents watching their Pokemon do no damage, like that Venusaur doing 4 Frenzy Plants, which all did very little damage. But on my end, it's quite a lot of fun. It's just fun to watch charge moves that are pretty powerful, like Blast Burn or Frenzy Plant, do next to nothing. It's just something that I find kind of funny. Now, this is an interesting strategy. It worked sometimes, like I'd get 4 and 1 sets sometimes, but also some sets I'd get like 1 and 4, so I don't think it's a consistent team. It also does have that triple weakness to fighting, so seeing like a Virizion or something like that, it's just GG's on the spot. So overall, I wouldn't advise playing this to try and climb Elo, but it is kind of fun. The battles do take a lot of time, obviously, because everything does no damage, but that's alright by me. That's pretty much it, though. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.